Hello guys, welcome to DevMaster Hub. Today we're gonna start the freeCodeCamp responsive website by learning by building a cat photo app. Please consider subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification in order to do not miss any other video that will coming up from this series. Okay, let's go. Today we're gonna start responsive web design. And this responsive web design certification, you will learn the language that developer use to build web pages. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language for content, and CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet for design. First, you will build a cat photo app to learn the basic of HTML and CSS. Later, you learn modern techniques that like CSS variables by building a penguin and best practices for accessibility by building a quiz site. Finally, you learn how to make web pages that responsive to different screen sizes by building a photo gallery with Flexbox and a magazine article layout with CSS grid. So now we're gonna start the cat photo app. Let's start off with the first lesson. Okay, this is the preview for the cat photo app that we're gonna build together in this series. Okay, so this is it. So now to start the project, you're gonna start coding. The first step is to HTML element have opening tag like uh, h1 tag and closing tag like h1. The text and the text an element will display goes between its opening and closing tag. Change the text of the h1 element below with hello world to cat photo app and watch the changes in the browser preview. When you are done, press the check your code button to see if it's correct. Okay, so now I'm gonna change the text from the hello world to cat photo app. Okay, the cat photo app. Okay, and I press control enter. Okay, so now we do the first one. Let's go for the second one. The h1 through h6 heading element are used to signify the importance of content below them. The lower the number, the higher the importance. So h2 element have less importance than h1 element. The example code here is to show you h1, h2, h3. So and the output, so only use one h1 element per page and place lower importance heading below a higher importance heading. Below the h1 element, add the h2 element with the text cat photos. That's mean below the h1 element I'm gonna add the h2 element. So the h2 element will have the text, so it's cat photos. Okay, So now I press the button and it's good. We're gonna go to the third step is the P element is used to create a paragraph or text on website. Create a P element below your H2 element and give it the following text. Everyone loves cute cats online. So I'm gonna write a P element. Okay. The P element gonna say every loves everyone loves cute cats online. Okay, so I'm gonna press the button and it should work, but now it's not work because I do not put anyone, so I put every and I press the button again and it's good. Let's go. So the number four, the step four. So please support the freeCodeCamp. It's an open source project, so they will find help by contributing. Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna say ask me later. So commenting allow you to leave messages without affecting the browser display. It also allow you to make codes inactive. A comment in HTML start by the opening bracket, the with the opening uh, with the sign of less than, exclamation mark, dash dash. Okay, contain any number of line of text and ends with the dash dash greater than symbol. So here is an example of a comment with the to do that we move h1. Okay, this is the example. So now they say add a comment above the P element with this text. Okay, above the P element they say to add a comment. So I'm gonna add the comment here and I do that as well. I open it and close it at the same time, so I can say the to do colon remove remove h1. Okay, and I click the check button. It says to do, so I need to put the space before and after remove h1. Okay, it says to do is not to do remove h1, is to do add link. Okay, to the cat photos. Okay, good. So now we're gonna go to the HTML5 has some element that identify different content area. This element makes your HTML easier to read and help with search engine optimization, SEO, and accessibility. And accessibility. The main element is used to represent the main content of the body of the HTML document. Content inside the main element should be unique to the document and should be repeated in other parts, should not be repeated in other parts of the document. So they give you an example of the main element. Okay, so now they say identify the main section of this page by building the main opening tag before the H1 and the main closing tag after the P element. So to do that, we're gonna start the main element here, and we're gonna start the main element here. So I need to close it, so the closing tag, and we do it. Now the step 6. The step 6, in the previous step, you put H1, H2, comment, and P element inside the main element. This is called nesting. Nested element should be placed two space further to the right of the element they are nested in. This spacing is called indentation and it is used to make HTML easier to read. Here is an example of nesting and indentation. So the indentation, that means the H1 is two space, okay, away from the main element. So now the H1 element, H2 element, and the comment are indented two space more than the main element and the code below. Use the space bar on your keyboard to add more space in front of the P element so that it is indented properly as well. So they say to add two space here so it is indented properly. One, two. Okay. So now here you can add images in your website by using IMG element. IMG element have an opening tag without a closing tag. An element without a closing tag is known as void element. Add an IMG element below the P element. At this point, no image will show up in the browser. So below the P element, so I can add a IMG tag. Okay. the img tag. So now I add it and I click it. So let's go to the eighth step. HTML attributes are special words used inside the opening tag of an element to control the element's behavior. A source attribute and an img element specify the image URL where the image is located. Here is an example of an ing element with a src attribute pointing to the freeCodeCamp logo. Okay, this is opening tag, img, source, and http. This is the URL. Okay, inside the existing img element, add a src. Okay, add a src attribute with the URL, with this URL. So now here I gonna add the src. Okay, okay, so now what you can do, you can copy this and add it here. Okay, so now once you put the source, the image is displayed. Okay, all img element should have an alt attribute. The alt attributes text is used for screen readers to improve accessibility, and it's displayed if the image failed to load. Here is an example of an ing element with an alt attribute. For example, I can say image source and alt attribute. Inside the img element, add an alt attribute with this text: a cute orange cat lying on its back. So I'm gonna add the alt attribute, alt. So inside the alt attribute, I say a cute. So I need a space right here. Okay, a cute orange cat. Okay, okay, lying on its back. Okay, I add the alt attribute. Now you can link to another page with anchor a element. Here is an example linking to https://w freecodecamp.org. Okay, href, the a opening and closing tag for the anchor, and href attribute. Add an anchor element after the paragraph that links to freecodecamp.com. At this point, the link won't show up to the preview. So now they say to add an anchor tag, a. Okay, so now I supposed to put the href and HTTPS. Okay, okay, freeCodeCamp.org. Okay, now it says that HTTPS. Okay, it's not freeCodeCamp. It's free cat photo app. Okay, free cat photo app. Okay, freecatphotoapp.com. Add an anchor tag should link. You have either omit the URL or have typo. It's not that org, it's .com. So okay, what's going on here? There's no www. Okay, yeah, it's good. So now we start from the 10. Now it's good. Okay, so we're gonna start in the 11 for the next video. Okay, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribe to the channel and on it to do not miss any video that coming up from this series. Okay guys, thank you for watching.